this group are the highest ranking defectors of illegal deep state operations in history. These are serious guys. The main one we just affectionately call the NOC, stands for Non-Official Cover. So he's a Joint Special Operations Command and Aerospace Cover. So this is the biggest secret in the history of the United States, and it's the crown jewel of illegal deep state activities. Far goes beyond what most people would think this is about. Now, why is that? Beginning in the 40s, 50s, we did successfully down NHI, as it's called, non-human intelligent or extraterrestrial vehicles, and we successfully reverse engineered them. Now, this we know for a fact. And those have resulted in extraordinary technological breakthroughs that would give us a new golden age, not only in America but the world, if they could be applied peacefully. Instead, they have been turned into weapon systems that are being used against these objects. So the one black site I was over about 14 months ago, I was literally hovering over the underground opening for where the Lockheed Skunk Works bring up and test the man-made UFOs. 80–90% of the ones you guys see, those are ours. And they've been created using trillions of dollars in illegal
And the 10% that aren't ours?
Those are interstellar. Those are NHI, non-human intelligence. So now there's another category that's gotten, I think our friend Tucker Carlson and others have been confused about, known as extra-dimensional phenomena. So you have three things going on. You have non-human extraterrestrial, you have the man-made, and then you have weird stuff from other dimensions. Those have deliberately been combined into a confusing mix of nonsense that passes on this subject. So it's a gaslighting. It's a way you do information warfare against the truth. So I'm here to sort of unpack that.
So a lot of questions. To the skeptic, when you say interstellar, just that's aliens?
Yeah, well, yes, although when you use that word, most people think it's people from Guatemala.
No, sure, but like non-earthly origin.
Yeah, well, actually the original bodies that they retrieved from those downings were called EBINs, extraterrestrial biological entities. I do have a dissection photograph of one being dissected, and I've seen others. So, you know, that's what's going to all come out, because the operators at these sites have been, you know, at and present and on the retrieval teams when they've shot these down. So the one site I was at, they shoot down 1 or 2 a year at that site. Another site I went to in the chopper about 150 miles north is another 1 or 2 a year. So that's a very dangerous business. It's actually the biggest national security threat that we face is an organization that's criminal, transnational, that has these sort of technologies and could get us in a world of trouble way worse than Russia.
Just to make sure I understand, so they're shooting down interstellar objects?
Yes.
So are just the theory of the case is that the interstellar are attacking us or visiting us?
They're here to observe an emerging civilization that went off the rails in the 40s and 50s with thermonuclear weapons. And I will tell you, what most people don't realize, if you want any science people in here, I'll put you to sleep, but when you detonate an atomic or thermonuclear weapon, it puts out an electromagnetic pulse. That has embedded in it something Tesla called, Nikola Tesla, called a scalar signal. And that goes at multiples of the speed of light through the vacuum of space-time. That disrupts the communication and travel systems of those civilizations. So they're concerned about the future of the Earth, but they're also concerned that these reckless use of these sort of weapons could be a threat to other worlds. So that began the whole period from 1945 forward. And that's when we began to realize that we had kicked a hornet's nest. And then we began to realize these technologies were ones we needed to figure out how they operate. So my uncle's company worked on that.
So just a dumb question. How do you know that that's what these beings want?
Well, that's been actually communicated to a number of people in these programs, because a number of these beings of different sizes, some are a couple feet tall, some are 10 feet, they made it quite clear they're not hostile. If they were hostile, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It'd be over point, set, match. But they're clearly concerned with our hostility and where we're going. technologically, because it's one thing, you know, if a civilization has weapons that the normal ones before the nuclear era, but when you reach this level of technology threshold, then whole worlds can be destroyed.
So, for someone who's a skeptic and thinks it's insane that
Yep.
these beings are coming, what is the best piece of evidence if you were to submit it to a jury that this is the case?
Yeah, well, I just gave you a flash drive of that. And,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And but that's yours and our leaders' eyes. But the if you want to go to, we have a archive that we just put. Trish Duggan helped fund this, where it's called the Disclosure Project Intelligence Archive, dpiarchive.com, and it has about 34 years of accumulated information, including the testimony of about 115 top secret military people and another 600 plus whose names are masked pending subpoenas and investigations. So the biggest task, because of this group that's defecting, are so high placed, and they're going to unmask themselves. In other words, they're going to be name, rank, serial number. And they're senior, and they've been operational. The main guy's been operational for 29 years. He is a true